I'm really enjoying this article here about how Silicon Valley in particular is kind of grappling with the fact that China these days is awesome, right? And I think it's much broader than Silicon Valley. I see various social media posts frequently about, oh, look at this awesome train, look at this awesome, you know, city, look at this awesome whatever. And a lot of times it's something that America just doesn't have at all. We don't have high speed trains. We don't really have massive dense cities other than New York City. Um, and it talks here in this article. It says, here we go. Uh, it reveals something about the American psyche as the nation struggles to adjust to a world where it is no longer the uncontested source of technological progress. And boom, boom, boom. Yeah, question of identity for us. Um, so yeah, kind of like an identity crisis because we have a long-standing superiority complex because we've been superpower, the only superpower in the world for the last 35 years since the Soviet Union fell, and even before that we were the leaders of the free world since World War II, and we had a lot of laurels to rest on, and so now it's kind of a question of whoa, another pole to the world, right? Instead of the Soviet Union, now it's China. And honestly, China's, I think, in a lot of ways, much awesomer than the Soviet Union was. And it's funny because it's kind of like a tango. I don't know what the right kind of dance, but it's kind of like swing your partner round and round, because China also has a long-standing superiority inferiority complex, right? For thousands of years, at least a couple thousand years, China's like, we are the central kingdom, right? Zhongguo. We are the middle kingdom, kind of center of our chunk of Asia, which was true. They were geographically and politically, economically, and so they had a pretty high view of themselves, which is one reason why they had a hard time adjusting to technology and the Western powers in the modern era. They were like, we have been awesome for so long, we don't even want to learn from the West because we are independently awesome. But that was rough for them, and it caused a lot of problems because they really did need technology in order to keep pace with other countries, the West and Japan, etc. So now China's kind of regaining its historical, prowess. It's kind of reverting to the historical norm of being awesome and powerful and rich. And this is hard for the West because, America is only a few hundred years old. In our national memory, China really hasn't been that awesome because the Qing dynasty was kind of crumbling for a long time before it finally fell. And China wasn't doing that great under the Qing. So anyway, yeah. So we both have our own superiority complex. China has been wrestling with a short-term inferiority complex since its struggles with the West and Japan, but now it's kind of swinging around away from that back to a superiority complex since it's doing honestly so well recently. And America has a long-standing superiority complex starting, not really taking hold, and I don't think it probably will. Just wrestling a little bit with little tweaks of inferiority as we see things done in China which we either can't do here or can't do as well or haven't at all, right? So it's kind of fun. We have it's kind of like a mirror going on between the two countries. And honestly, I welcome it. I love competition. I think people in America looking at China, seeing awesome things they're doing, can encourage us to do awesome stuff too, and vice versa, right? China's been learning from the West for the past 100 years, and I think there are things the West can learn from China too. Why not?